If you see a diver do something you don't know what they're doing, assume the worst and just try to rescue them. It's much better to be an idiot rescuing like a good diver who is okay than the opposite. My name's Ben McElroy, and I've been diving for about 4 years and have about 300 dive sessions underneath my belt.
Is there anything you have experienced or that was new to you? Or
Well, I've been in a variety of fairly unique ones. There was 4 of us out diving, and one diver, we'll say diver 1, was new to the area and was getting cold out there, and so they swam in earlier, and they were an experienced diver, so we're like, okay, that's fine. But some of the issues were that we had ended up drifting really far offshore from land, like when we're looking for a depth. And since the diver was already cold and it's kind of like a new body of water for them, and the distance was pretty far, they got about like halfway back. The third diver in our group noticed that they were waving and calling for help. And so me and the second diver looked over there and we're like, wait, is this real? And there's like that brief little moment where it's like, all right, is this going to be like a real situation or is this a drill? And about like a second of like thinking that we're like, okay, this is real. And so me and the second diver sprinted swimming as fast as we could to reach the first diver. And I arrived first, and the diver had like blue lips, was shivering, and had some struggle, and was kind of like struggling like with like swimming movements, but they were able to keep themselves upright and their airways clear of the water, and they were still calm and able to report the symptoms they were feeling and what happened. We both definitely decided that diver 1 needed to get back to shore, and so since their head was already out of the water, I kind of put them into like a life main carry and started heading back towards shore. And then the second diver met up with me just a few moments after that, and we both took her diver 1 underneath each arm, and then we were able to go much quicker back to shore. And then the third diver was following along behind us in case we needed someone to call 911 and get the emergency vehicles there. But the first diver's breathing recovered pretty quickly after they were supported. And once we were able to get them to shore, there was like hot showers there and they were able to warm back up and fully recover. So we didn't need to call emergency services in that situation. And then once we'd stayed on shore for a while and made sure that they were safe, then we swam back into the water, like where our buoy was still drifting even further offshore, and were able to find and recover it. I think our responses for what happened out there was good. Like, we recognized the signal for help. It would have helped. A whistle would have been good in that situation because of the distances between us. If it had been a bit choppier or windier out there, we probably wouldn't have been able to hear. And if it had been wavier out there, we may not have been able to see the signal. So having a whistle on you in that situation would have helped increase the safety there. And then having the third diver available to call for emergency services if necessary, I think that was also done well. And and we were lucky that there was hot showers at that location. So making sure that the facilities you're diving at are safe before you get in the water, or having a backup plan. Like if there wasn't hot showers available, then make sure that you have like a lot of warm clothing and whatnot in your car.
So what about that man carry made you switch to partnering up?
Yeah, because when you have like across the chest right there, there's like a lot of drag and it's kind of like an awkward position, so it's like quite slow. And like when you're holding like this, I don't know, can my legs be seen from here?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But like when you have them in this type of carry, your legs are kind of coming out at an angle like this. So it's like a really inefficient technique. So like once the second person came around, we could both hold by the shoulder there and then have like full efficient like kick strokes to get back to shore.
So what are some things
Yeah.
you as a diver or you as a partner can do to mitigate, like to know that that's even going to happen?
To enter the water in a state that you're familiar with, like, so if you've had like any major changes, like if you just ran a marathon, you probably shouldn't try going diving somewhere new right after that. And then also we'd ended up drifting pretty far away from shore in that situation. So like that far away from shore, we should have either had a boat, a kayak, or like even a paddle board to help with getting back to shore in case of an emergency like we had there. So it's very important to start your freediving journey with a professional instruction because there's an extensive amount of physiology that you need to learn about your body and the environment that you're diving within. And having like an instructor kind of lead you through that in an easy to understand and just hit the bare essentials, because this is going to be a lifelong journey for you. Even after you finish your class, the journey continues and you need to keep practicing those skills over and over and over until they become a reflex, and then like play around with different scenarios so that you'll be calm and ready to react in any sort of situation that may appear. As you can hear from all our stories, is a lot of different stuff can happen. And so the main thing is you want to be confident in your own skills to rescue someone so that you be calm in that situation and be able to react to the unique differences that happen in real world situations.